The NC Small Business of the Year program is supported by Duke Energy. Duke Energy congratulates this year's winners.
Every year when Business North Carolina Magazine puts out these awards, but this award every year identifies those small businesses that have found a better way, a new way, an exciting way to increase their business, to grow their business, and really support North Carolina. What's interesting about judging this competition and seeing these applicants is how they have really pivoted or made significant changes in their business model due to the pandemic. The engineering company was able to really turn and focus differently on how they were doing business as well, but theirs was a little bit more unique. They built their team culture. And that's one thing we've seen, even with our organization. It's been difficult to maintain culture. When your culture is used to having conversations over the coffee pot, how do you do it in a virtual world? And they found a way to really support one another. The owner, she did a great job of making her team feel a part of the organization. And that was the part of the story that really excited me for that business.
So Lynch Mikens is a structural engineering firm, but we are different from any other structural engineering firm that I'm aware of, in that we focus not just on the technical side of our job, but also on the people skills, communication skills.
We are engineers that are right brain and left brain that are equally focused on hard skills and soft skills.
We focus on developing the whole person, not just the engineer inside.
We really focus on clients that want the skills that we provide, because we can be really great structural engineers, and we are, but bringing that other soft skill to the table, we really need clients or architects, developers, and contractors that really value engineers that want to be at the table and communicate and connect with them. I think the biggest challenge we've had is the company is growing so fast and making sure our leadership is growing at the same speed. Being able to give the time and energy to them to grow them at a time where we're like doubling in size over and over again.
The reason that Raleigh is a great place to have an office is it is a center of culture, sports, and technology. And the population growth here is tremendous. And when people come, so does development. And development means business for us.
Honestly, the happiest moments in what I do is when I see someone grow. Like when the light switch goes off and all the effort and energy and coaching I've given them has actually allowed them to blossom. And it just literally lights me up. Like, that is why I do what I do.
Yeah, they had a great story of, I think it's father and son started a sauce business. And their main customer was, or they were B2B sales, business to business. Well, guess what? Restaurants were, biggest customer. Well, they started shutting down with the pandemic. They had to find a new way to sell their product. And like most small businesses, they have a really good niche customer. Well, that all changed. So what did they do? They went out and started selling from business to customer. Well, to do that, they had to go on social media. And they used something that my daughters use, TikTok. I wouldn't know how to do it if you gave me the instructions. But they actually found customers where they met the customers in the right place and were able to continue, actually increase sales because of that. So I thought that was a great story as well.
Our sauces are different because of the time we've spent handcrafting each recipe to be flavor first and then heat.
My dad always grew peppers in his garden, and I was 6 years old. I remember I went up to him and I said, "Dad, I want to be the youngest person to eat the hottest pepper in the world." He gave me a hot banana pepper. He said, "Start here." I remember I bit into it in the garden. I went running back to the house for water because it was pretty spicy to me, and that was really the start for us.
Then we said, what if we made it thicker? What if we made it more flavorful? What if we made it hotter than what's on the market? 2014, we launched the hot sauce out of our garage. We got a pallet, our first pallet delivered to the house. We had to hand carry it to the garage. We need to figure out how we're going to sell it. As I start hitting the road, he starts sending emails out. He sends one to Bass Pro. We get an email back within a couple of days saying, send samples. We're both like, I can't believe it. We're super excited. She said, we love your hot sauce. within 2 months, we sold a whole pallet of hot sauce, all into Bass Pro, and within a short period of time, we were the #2 bestseller in Bass.
The biggest challenges have been with the social side of everything, the digital marketing side, where we're at a scale now where the ads that we run and the creatives that we make run their course a lot quicker. So we have to create a lot more content on a daily basis to test some more on the ad spaces. And there's a lot more competition on there as well. So we have to be on it and, you know, watching analytics daily to see where we're at.
We're a father and son handcrafted gourmet hot sauce company.
We realized that the market didn't have any hot sauces that were full of flavor with heat.
Shocko Taco, that was a real interesting company. You know, they had just gotten started with the pandemic with a brick and mortar business, and things changed immediately. So they had to go to picnic tables outside. They had to go to serving food. People still need to eat. We all still wanted their tacos or other restaurants' food, but we didn't know how to get it. We couldn't go sit down and eat. So they found a way to do that. And while doing that, also in a resort or a tourism destination. So that was another thing that was impacted. And they found a way to really support the community, be involved, providing food to first responders and other things. I just think they did a great job of finding their place in their community as a small business.
The name itself, Shaka Taco, like we grew up throwing regular shakas, mini shakas, big shakas, and it's just something that, you know, when you're excited, if you bite into a piece of good food, it doesn't have to be just surfing, but you bite into a nice taco and you're, yes, that's Shaka Taco.
Shaka Taco is different than your average restaurant because I think of the atmosphere and the environment that we curated here. There's always music going, there's dogs running around, there's kids running around, you're across the street from the beach. There's not really any rules, you just come as you are and leave full.
Man, Surf City is just great. Eastern North Carolina on the coast is great.
The benefit that we have a business a couple miles from our homes is fantastic. It's still quaint enough to where you know everybody when you go to the grocery store. You know, you go check the waves and you see the same buddies you've known for 20 years up there checking the waves as well. And it just lends itself to a community and an environment that we just love.
Over the past couple of years, it's still continuing the food shortage for sure. I mean, and the just major influx of prices for a number of items, chicken, cheese, beef. Being on the beach, we do deal with hurricanes, so we've had that in the past where we really just have to strap down the hatches, and
so you just kind of roll with the punches and one leg at a time, put those pants on and get to work. It really is one big family, and it's crazy how you end up caring about somebody who was a stranger, you know, 2 years ago. You know, we care about their well-being, and we want them to be paid well. We want them to show up to work and be happy about it, to have a safe, clean, fun work environment. Yeah, I mean, as long as throughout the morning and into the evening, we just spend the majority of the time laughing and also still getting work done, I think it's a pretty good day.
Yeah, the counseling business also found a new way to provide services. There again, this one-on-one is the way we're used to doing counseling. It's the same way we're used to doing counseling for businesses. They found a way to do telecounseling and telehealth. And what it also showed them then was that they weren't geographically confined to their market. They were able to counsel people from anywhere, which expanded their business as well. So all these businesses found ways to take a challenge of a pandemic to find new customers, new ways of delivering services, and new ways to really make an impact in their communities.
We provide outpatient mental health services to the Wilmington area. We have recruited 20 different specialists, therapists, and they all specialize in different areas. So we're trying to serve the widest population we can. My position at Clarity Counseling Center is I'm the founder and also a psychologist in the business. We are obsessed with client care and customer service. So we've thought about the client experience from the first time they enter onto our website. How easy is it to book? Can they book online? So over the past year, it was switching to telehealth. We really had to pivot on a dime there when everything shut down in March. Entered telehealth. So we pivoted and trained up on that very quickly in about a week, and I'm really proud that there were no interruptions in services. Wilmington is a great place to do business right now. Where else can you own a business where people vacation that's 5 minutes from the beach? It's a really nice vibe. It's small enough to have the hometown feel, but also large enough to have a large consumer base. I brag on our team. We have the best high-performing team. I really believe that. That's what I do. I brag on the team. That's the thing I'm most proud of. They get results. Our standards, my standards and therefore their standards are super high, and they are just rock stars. They do high-quality therapy. They help people change their lives. They can do all the stuff on the back end that's needed too. They have the skills to connect with people, to add value in sessions. We help people help themselves, and it's watching someone really crack their life wide open and start living the way they want to live.